What's up, fellow citizens of the world? Jordan Patrick here, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to Wine O'Clock Wednesday, where I release new English videos every Wednesday. Today, I thought I would take a little trip down memory lane and tell you guys about my first ever impression of Paris. So, on y va, c'est parti! Before starting, I have to say how excited I am to go to the barbershop to cut this hair. And the shops are closed until Monday, so I am super excited about that. And okay, now we can start. Okay, so my first ever time in Paris was not actually when I moved there in January 2014, but it was actually the summer before that when I did a little Euro trip. I was just flabbergasted. There was not music on the street. Okay, I always saw images of Paris while watching the French Open. They would always, every time that they would show scenes of the city, they would have this accordion, French, old school style music playing in the background. And I remember that was one of my first thoughts when arriving in Paris is like, oh, where's the guy with the accordion? Like, I'm looking for that music and I just hear normal street sounds. And I'm like, huh, interesting. People could tell right away that I was American based on my style. I had baggy clothes, I had a lot of plaid shirts, and I stuck out, to say the least. And I remember thinking like, holy crap, I just do not fit in here. Another big impression is since I was traveling alone, I was solo traveling. So I'm going to all these touristic spots where I'm surrounded by couples. I'm surrounded by people that are in love, that are visiting Paris, you know, the city of lights, and oh, it's so romantic. Yes, like if you go to the tourist destinations, it is very romantic. The setting, the feeling, love is in the air. And I remember feeling like, oh, this would be so nice to come with a significant other. But then it's like once you move there, you don't feel like, oh, this is like the city of love and everything. Like the romanticism totally vanishes once you're doing normal activities and you're not visiting these tourist spots. Because then you're not surrounded by love and affection. You're surrounded by busy people that have shit to do and places to be. So yeah, that totally changed once I moved away. Another first impression that I had was that there were going to be frog legs and snails everywhere on all the menus. That is not true at all. Like I do love escargot, and it's more of a delicacy that you have for special occasions or at very nice typical French restaurants. And frog legs, I don't think I've ever seen them on a typical menu in a French restaurant. The only times that I've had it are at Chinese buffets. I've had it twice. These stereotypes that we have about what the French are eating, not true, and I wouldn't say disappointed because it's much better than that, but yeah, that was my first impression, is that like, oh, like where are the frog legs? Okay, that year that I studied French in university didn't do much for me. I was able to like order some stuff or to at least know how to introduce myself, where I'm from, that sort of thing. But it's not until you're actually in the country where you were learning this language where you realize, holy crap, I know very, very little. It is so much harder in reality. So yeah, my first impression was, wow, this is a really hard language and it's gonna take me now 6 years to feel comfortable speaking it myself. So there you go. So another quick and big thing that I learned is that they're not used to people being very outgoing and outspoken and talking to people that they don't know. You know, if I just would tell someone like, oh, I really like your shirt, like where did you get it? Like they're not used to people being so open and talkative if they don't know you. So I actually had the impression that they really appreciated it and liked it when I would take the initiative to be outgoing and to talk to people that I didn't know and was just really friendly with them. You have the stereotype that the French are rude and everything, but I think that if you are nice and friendly to them, they're going to be reciprocative. Of course, I would start with bonjour. Yeah, they enjoyed the effort that I made, and yeah, I actually made some friends right away, and I'm still friends with them today, 6 years later. So, merci mes biches. Another huge first impression that I have, that I was afraid of taking the metro, because I thought for sure if I get on the wrong one, I'm going to go outside of Paris and I'll be lost. We'll have no idea where the heck I am. I would try my hardest just to walk everywhere. I was also happy to be walking the streets of Paris, so beautiful, taking pictures and everything, but I was just really intimidated by the metro because I had never taken a metro in my life. It took some time to get used to, but once you get it, it's super easy, and I think it's one of the best metro stations and ways of getting around the city for sure. Okay, and for the last one, I would say as a foreigner coming to Paris, we learn and hear about pickpocketers in Paris. It's like that in all the big touristic cities. But I was looking out for what I thought pickpocketers would look like. I thought that they were going to be like older men, kind of sketchy looking. But no, like I was really surprised to learn that it's actually young girls, like around between 13 and 16, 17. Like this is the pickpocket scene, is these young girls, because they can't get in trouble. Like if they are seen as pickpocketers and they're put in juvenile detention or whatever, it doesn't last more than some hours, and so then they have to be released because they're minors. And yeah, I didn't know this, and I remember when I was standing in line to go up the Eiffel Tower, which I never ended up going on, by the way. There were these young girls asking like, "Oh, can you sign this paper or whatever? Do you speak English?" And I was like, "Yeah, I speak English." And then, okay, I'm filling out this paper, and at the end it's asking for a donation for something, and I was like, "Oh, well, I don't have, sorry, but I don't have any cash or anything." I wasn't pickpocketed, but I was their target market, and I had no idea that this was what it looked like. So thank you for watching. These are the first impressions that I ever had when going to Paris, and yeah, see you in the next one. Dimanche de ouf. Every Sunday I do videos in French, so yeah, I'll see you then. À la prochaine. Ciao, ciao for now.